Splatoon. A game that I've always loved playing all the way back when it was released on the Wii U in 2015, which is 10 years ago. Man, I feel old. Well, anyway, Splatoon is a really unique third-person shooter with a variety of weapons, ranging from weapons like the normal shooter guns everybody knows, to those that are literally just the miniature house appliances. I've always liked playing the more unique weapons a lot, but one of the weapon classes that I love the most is the Charger class. Ever since I saw those sniping montages throughout the games by really talented players, I've always wanted to get better at playing this weapon class. I played this weapon on and off and even somehow got this one time, but I've never really sat down and practiced to get better. So I decided that for the entire month of April, I made it my goal to play every day and practice and see if I improve my skills. So before I even begin and just hop into some matches, how does one practice? It isn't just simply picking up a weapon and jumping headfirst into some matches. This video by Remix Fern about aim training is a good video about how and why to do aim training. The video goes more into detail, but you should definitely check it out. The main point is if you want to practice and get better, well, you have to practice. And we do that with some practice drills. Since the focus for me is to practice with chargers, these two videos by Lei are really good practice drills for both scoped and unscoped. Now with that out of the way, we have one more very important thing to do before starting. For the entire month, I'm only going to play E-liter, and that means we must dress appropriately. This is the gear that I'll be using for both of the kits, and even though I don't like using Respawn Punisher, especially on E-liter, with how we are dressed, I think it's very appropriate. So now I begin my training for the next 4 weeks. I haven't played Splatoon for quite some time, so for day 1 I wanted this day to be a baseline for where I'm at in terms of my skills. I'm only going to play for an hour at a time because any more time playing this game will literally make me go insane. I won't do any practice drills or anything, just my experience playing this game and this weapon over the years. And it would go about how you expect it to go. I would miss a lot of my shots with the occasional easy and difficult snipes here and there, and of course costing me a few wins because of it. Nothing really worth noting, so after an hour, this was the result of the first day. I'm going to keep track of these stats for the course of the coming weeks. How many matches I played in total, how many wins and losses from those matches, and the number of kills and assists and number of special kills I made throughout those matches. These stats won't completely tell the whole story on how well I'm playing, such as if I'm positioning well or did I make good decisions during the match. But regardless, these stats give a sense on how well I performed. Now after the first day, I started doing these practice drills before playing my matches, which would take around 9 to 15 minutes depending on if I was using scope or unscope. I definitely felt a slight improvement when doing these practice drills for a few days before playing my matches. So let me show you the results of the first week. From what you can see, days 2 and 3 I performed much better, getting more kills in my matches as well as winning most of my matches I played on day 3. And day 4, though, I performed worse, but that's just how it goes sometimes. But the rest of the week I performed much better. Even if I didn't win most of my matches, at least the kill stats show that I am playing my weapon better. So I just need to make better plays and decisions in my matches. When playing chargers, you realize that you're gonna have good days where you'll play amazingly, and other days where you can't hit your shots and play terribly. It sucks when you play terribly, and as a charger player, you'll feel it much more than other weapons, because you are an all or nothing weapon. You either hit your shot and help your team by creating a 3v4, or miss enough times that the enemy no longer has to be wary of you and could ignore you. But opening up this week was not one of those bad days. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it feels amazing. The rest of the week wasn't as amazing, but still decent. This week we happened to have a Splatfest going on, so I was forced to play Turf War instead of rank for a while. This meant I wouldn't always play against players in my rank, or win many in my matches because of Turf War being Turf War. At the end of the week I played pretty well, winning most of my matches and also getting quite a few kills as well. Week 3 had really good days where I managed to get a lot of kills, but also paired with more losses than wins. Day 15 I won most of my matches, but also didn't have a lot of kills compared to the rest of the week. From the footage of that day I could see that I focused more on the objectives rather than trying to go for the snipes. I still got many clean and good kills, but there definitely was a shift in trying to win the match rather than having a better results screen image. I think it's important to remember that you may not get a very high KO ratio on the results screen, but rather did you play your part well enough to help your team secure the win? This is what I mean when the stats don't completely say the whole story, which is where day 21 comes in. This week wasn't as great as the other weeks, only being slightly better performance wise than week 1, but I made one big fatal mistake that really costed me both performance and motivation coming into the final week. I got frustrated, and I mean really frustrated. Now I'm no longer really that kind of player that gets mad when they lose a game, even if it does suck when you lose. But coming into the final week of the challenge and knowing how well I've been playing, and then just doing really badly on day 21, it really messed me up. But it would take a while before I really enjoyed playing for the sake of playing. I get frustrated not because I lost, but more so because I performed poorly during a match, which would help in losing the match, or even if I won the match, it would feel as if I didn't contribute to anything. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but since I've been playing this game for every day for the past 3 weeks, it pretty much got to me that day. It's important to mention that when you get tilted or frustrated, remind yourself to take a deep breath and try to relax. If you still are getting tilted, then it's better to shut off the game and take a long break. At the end of the day, this is still just a game. We play it because we enjoy the game, so why try to ruin the experience by getting angry? I knew how important mentality was when it comes to playing. If you're calm, you can focus and make decisions and of course play better. So coming into day 25, I made it clear to myself to take deep breaths and to remind myself that this is still just a game that I love to play, so I should enjoy it. Because if I'm no longer frustrated and instead having fun, this is the result. Out of any day, this was the best performance I put out. I won almost all my matches and got the most kills compared to the other days. This really helped boost back my motivation for the final few days left. I did only play 8 matches, but I think at that point I was just tired since I have been playing this game for the past 24 days, and this game is a lot of overstimulation to take in every day. And after day 28, that's it. So what did I come out with after 4 weeks of playing Chargers? Well, let's look at the week totals. This is all the week with their totals, their number of matches, kills, everything that I've been keeping track of so far. You can see that I performed better during week 2 and week 4 on a quick glance. Overall, I can see that I improved somewhat, but it is hard to tell with these stats, so let's just throw these away. Let's look at this instead, my kill averages for each week. Here you can see that there is a noticeable increase in the amount of kills I would get per match over the course of the challenge. And on the win rate per each week, this is what I got. Again, you can see that I won more of my matches during week 2 and week 4, but it is still nearing 50-50 most of the time, so overall I guess I did improve. Even if it's just a little bit, but truth be told, if I continue to practice more, maybe not every day but every now and then and consistently, then maybe there will be a more noticeable increase in my progress of my skills. Am I gonna do that? Maybe. You see, as fun as it was playing Charger again and feeling great when I get amazing shots, it is a much harder weapon to play compared to a few others. Really, I would just like to play other weapons and not just lock myself into just playing Chargers. We recently just got third kits and on some of my favorite weapons, so I would really like to play those again. But if you are a Charger player or want to be one, I hope that you got something from this random and weird video I made. Maybe one day I'll be a really good Charger player, but that won't happen anytime soon since this all takes time. If you like this video and maybe you would like to see another weapon to try and get better at, then feel free to let me know. I'm honestly wanting to play Reflux now that it has amazing kits, so maybe I'll do that if it's wanted. But anyways, hope you enjoyed and until next time.